Come on.
Did you see me? Did you see me?
Uh-huh.
All those kids here, including myself, we all learned a lot here.
Really? Me too. Well...
You're right. This is so hard. In the youth arts field, we've had so many challenges to be able to effectively talk about our outcomes and also report on their progress as actual proof. Part of our big opponents in this is that we have so little time, there are often so little resources, and we also haven't really found a consistent way across the youth arts field to really talk about our outcomes. How can we measure what we value so that others can really value what we measure?
Trying to figure that out sounds very complicated.
It's very complicated. What do we value? How do we track these values and measure the ways that the teens like yourself actually change? Suzanne Callahan wrote a book called Singing Our Praises, and in there she wisely noted that the challenge for the arts field is that we may not have caused this evaluation and accountability problem, but we can and must find our own solution. It is a commitment on the part of the arts field to gather information on an individual basis and to share it with others. We had been going it alone for almost 15 years, and it was time to actually join forces to come up with outcomes and indicators that could give justice to the complexity of the work we do, while also making it simple enough so that we could track the data and report on things.
I like simple.
In 2008, we were fully funded to do a 3-year proposal to create the Boston Youth Arts Evaluation Project, where we would finally get together and figure all this stuff out. We found amazing collaborators who had been involved in youth arts programming for more than 8 years.
Zoomix!
The Theater Offensive!
High Score Task Force!
Medicine Wheel Productions.
And RAW, all working together. So year 1 was the year of research, where we developed the framework and the tools that we were going to use. We conducted over 400 hours of exhaustive research. We held a Byaep forum for 30 arts practitioners, as well as 6 collaborator meetings, all to come up with basically 6 words.
Drum roll, please.
I create.
I am.
And we connect. These 3 interlocking circles have the following outcomes.
I create.
We help kids build artistic problem-solving and expressive skills through artistic engagement, critical thinking, and expression.
I am.
We also help youth strengthen their own identity. They develop confidence, a knowledge of their own self, an informed cultural identity, and also a positive view of their own future.
We connect.
We help them to develop community. This means we help them develop meaningful relationships as well as civic engagement as they contribute to and are recognized by an inclusive community. If youth participate in high-quality arts programs, then they will develop specific skills and competencies. This leads to a set of intermediate outcomes where youth are able to engage and be productive, to navigate and to make connections with others, which leads to a set of long-term outcomes where youth are resilient, they have self-efficacy and personal fulfillment, and community engagement. And all this together constitutes life success. So last year we piloted 5 evaluations. Those were self-evaluations that students filled out, artistic responses, program evaluations, teacher evaluations, and alumni evaluations. So we're still right now in the middle of analyzing all that data from all those evaluations from the 5 collaborators, but there are certain things that we have already discovered. First of all, the best part about all of this is that we now have clear and a common language to talk about our outcomes, and we also have the indicators that are able to ring true for all of us. On average, there were certain things we did really well in. For instance, 96% of our teens in all of our programs either agreed or strongly agreed that I feel that staff does a good job with this program. Also, 94% of our youth can imagine successful options for their future. It was a bit surprising that we all scored lower on certain indicators, such as I am connected with my community, where we saw a score collectively of only 55%. This created a good discussion on why these scores were lower and also what we might want to do to change things in this next year. So we are now currently shortening our evaluations, creating an awesome database to track everything, and we are further delving into the analysis of over 500 evaluations. One thing that's come through loud and clear is that we are more than just programs teaching kids the arts. We are programs that, through the arts and community, we raise kids to be stronger people by giving them tools that they need to understand their past, deal with the realities of their present day, and to also grab hold and embrace their future. We really look forward to deepening this conversation.
You hear that?
I sure do.